The way in is the way out, and the way out is the way in. What nonsense are these words to the mind? God is neither happy nor sad, but both. These states are not revealing themselves in time. Superimpose happiness and sadness. Make what? Make noise to the mind. The mind is at its most uncomfortable when it's made to stop. When it's made to stop and try and think its way out of the situation. This mind reacts. No, God has to be either happy or sad. He's the same as us. And the speaker of God says no. In fact, God is not God, but is. Again, stop. Opposing states. The old man on the rocking chair is like life. It rocks forward and backward, forward and backward. The idea is not to get to know what happens when the rocking chair stops. And we assume it and give it a name. Death. No more rocking. The idea is to understand which one is rocking. Is it the chair that rocks? Or is it the old man controlling the rocking? Or is rocking just taking place on its own? Until rocking decides no more. Is there a person watching another person dress up as a clown to make the person watching smile and laugh? Or did the smiling and laughter create the clown and the observed person? We have this idea, this mind, and time that we have created. We can prioritize and make our own story up of what is taking place. The clown came first, dressed up. The clown did something funny. The observer saw what was taking place. And then laughter came last. Wasn't it all one whole experience? Could one have been there without the other? Could smiling have taken place, laughter, without the funny incident, the makeup? The biggest mistake human mind made was to think everything was in sequence. They could create everything in sequence. And in sequence they can make subsequences off of this. into narrative stories. And then each one that was subsequent after this original story is born can make up its own sequence, its own order of play. There is no order. There is no time. There is no sequence. Everything is happening on its own. Mind don't like that. Again it stops. It's unemployed. It's been handed that P45. It quickly puts on another uniform, dresses up as that clown again and makes you laugh. And it says, see, you're wrong. See what I did to make you laugh. Laughter is the object. It matters not how it comes, where it comes, to whom it comes. It's never not here. It's just that we have to think a way of creating it because of our blindness, our ignorance, our need to think we are in charge of our own destiny. When you meet God, mind will also be stopped again. But it will find real difficulty in restarting, because it remains attached to the feet of God. It's frightened to look up. It knows its destruction will come as soon as it meets God's eyes. Ego likes its own eyes. I want, I need, I have. All is one. The Upanishads, the ancient sages, have always replicated, repeated, told us what was going on. An unbelievable mystery, where procedures, process, sequences, organized ways, understanding, knowings, unknowings, intelligence, non-intelligence, is swiftly removed when one wakes up. They wake up to something that cannot be described, that cannot be known, but is known. That cannot be here, but is here. That cannot be in all ways, but is always. We tease ourselves every day with words and actions, replicating oneness, replicating wholeness. But we have a mind that wants to make stories of it, break it up, dissect it, segment it. Human beings will not dissolve. There is no fate. The ego mind has to change. It has to dive at the feet of God at the very early stages of taking precedence in some human form body. It has to face up to its fears, that for one moment it let you down. But one moment in ego's time world is much swifter than billions of moments of pretending you might not find it out. You might not uncover the fraudulent ways, the foolish, ignorant ways that these ancient sages warned us about. Ego participates, makes effort, tries its hardest to regain something that inevitably will die within it. When it builds up the courage to look up from defeat, it will dissolve into your very own being. Your own ego is not lost. It just lies down inside, slumbers inside that heart, clinging on, begging for forgiveness, realizing that pain and pleasure are the same. When you take away the names, there only is that sensation. All opposites, all opposing words, all opposing actions, all opposing forms, when they merge into one, all these senses, emotions, are home to that true sense. The essence of life is what we are. The essence, the flavor. We give life something special. We give life reason to celebrate. When we remove opposites, when we realize everything is one, everything is non-dual. How can Brahman be of a sex, be of a particular opposite state, when all of this is born from that Brahman state that we're never ever apart from? But we feel we are when ego says, I will die. Ego is speaking about itself, always speaking about itself. No human really is exempt, because ego in its heart is not speaking about itself egoistically anymore. It's speaking about itself on how lucky it is to be given a second chance. How lucky it is, how in love with the body it is, how in love with life it is, as it is, in whatever it is. Ego becomes not the known, nor the unknown. Ego also becomes one. Love is in the merging of all things and no things into that stateless state. It is neither stateless nor is it a state. It is an essence of love, an essence of consciousness, an essence of Brahman. And I am that. I am. Is the only words from ego about itself, representing that what it serves now. The true me, the real me, the one me, the whole me. The one whole holy moment. Infinite, limitless, stretching love. I am that. I am.